What is up, guys? Good old-fashioned cola back here for some more Animal Crossing on the GameCube right now in Ohio. It is April 20th at 5:46 p.m. Oops, can't grab the mail. So it's pretty surprising that I would make a new video so soon. I mean, nothing really terribly important's happened other than like the Cavs in the playoffs, but we will get to that. I have a little bit of like an allergy thing or like a cold. I'm not really sure. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Did Bob move? Okay, I got really nervous there for a second. Literally, like last episode, I was like, Bob's been here forever. Yeah, we saw the cherry blossoms last time. But I'm here today to talk about Game Grumps because holy shit, I've been on like the world's largest Game Grumps kick for no apparent reason. Like, I used to religiously watch Game Grumps back when JonTron was on the show, and I was one of those people that was all, bro, I fucking hate Danny, and I stopped watching there for a little bit, and then I kind of hopped back in because I was like, oh, Danny's a really funny dude, he's a good storyteller, and then I stopped watching them all together for like a few years now, so I'm really catching up on like a lot of funny shit. Like, I knew like oh god, what did I know? There was certain stuff. I mean, like most of the early Danny stuff. So like the Dennis the Menace thing, get out of here, and stuff like that. But I never watched them play like all these Sonic games. Like I watched SA1, SA2, and now I'm watching Sonic Heroes, and it's just fucking hilarious. I have a lot of time at work. I work in IT now, so I have a lot of downtime waiting for stuff to go wrong, so it's like do homework and watch YouTube videos while I do it, unless like a project needs done, which isn't too often. So I've been watching a lot of Game Grumps while I do my homework and stuff. So I watched Super Metroid, all those Sonic ones, some of Twilight Princess, and god, those dudes are so fucking funny. And I wouldn't be right if I didn't say like how much Game Grumps really influenced me to start this whole channel like 10 years ago, which is also something that's fucking insane that Game Grumps is over 10 years old. I think it turned 10 last year. And if by chance I'm drinking coffee at 6 o'clock at night, I slept literally all day yesterday. I'm going to hop back in the store, see what he's got. I slept all day yesterday because I felt like shit. Woke up at like 10 o'clock, ate a little bit of dinner, and then went back to sleep at like 2 after I played Pokemon Emerald, which I will get to that as well. Just need to finish my thoughts on Game Grumps before I jump subjects. If for whatever chance any of the Grumps or anybody who knows the Grumps hears this commentary, for the love of God, I would love it if JonTron could come on the show on Guest Grumps or whatever they do now and finish Sonic 06, because I feel like that is like, I saw a comment, it's like, I think it's on the first episode of the Sonic 06 playthrough, it's like time to restart the biggest blue balls in internet history, which like, hi Brady, are you jumping up? It's like doubly funny because Sonic is blue, and that's why they made it the color of the game. Props to anybody that gets that one. But to wrap up Game Grumps, go watch Game Grumps. JonTron and Danny, they're both great eras. If I had to pick my favorite playthroughs, I liked Super Metroid a lot with Danny, and I liked what's my favorite John playthrough? I like a lot of like the one-off episodes with John, like what was the RPG game they played that was like all in Japanese? It was like Draken or something. It was Big Bill, Ted, and somebody go to the 7-Eleven. It was like they had to make up a story because like it was all in Japanese, and that was fantastic. Oh, and when they play Choo Choo Rocket, that's fantastic too. But in terms of shit I've been playing, I started playing Metroid Zero Mission, sorry. I started playing Metroid Zero Mission on my Steam Deck because I pretty much beat the game as a kid, got to Mother Brain, and completely shit the bed, much like people would do in this super toilet. Jukebox. Why do I have all this shit out here? Sorry. But once again, my ass gets all the way to fucking Mother Brain, and she absolutely wipes the floor with me. And I was like, you know what? It's not meant to be. This is my white whale. I'll never beat this game. And so I just powered that shit down and started playing Pokemon Emerald again, because I was like, I gotta play something that will make me feel good. And Pokemon Emerald is definitely that. Have I donated this perfect painting yet? I don't know. Let's go see. But Pokemon Emerald, I'm not very far in it yet. I know, like, shout out to me, like, 10 years ago, because I did a playthrough of Pokemon Emerald with my friend Andrew. Go ahead and go watch that. Maybe I'll link it if I remember to link it right here, somewhere on the screen. It's very dated. A lot of the jokes and stuff don't hold up, I'm sure. A lot of old memes, I'm sure. Let's actually, before we get locked into dialogue that is never ending, I understand. Let's go look and see if I've donated it. Where was I going with that? Shit, what was I saying? Pokemon Emerald. Oh, okay, I have donated it. That's why I still have it. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, I'm stuck. I'm not stuck. I just got to Dewford. Last night I played until like 2 in the morning because I was not tired whatsoever. And I think my team is Marshtomp. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. And this is not final whatsoever. This is just what I have right now. Marshtomp, a Zigzagoon for HMs, a Tailo, a Pumbloom, which is Wishmer. It's another... Oh, Pokemon Emerald is a good Game Grumps playthrough, even though they didn't finish that one. It seems like that was a common theme with John. They could not finish anything. Kind of like me. But I have a Wishmer. Oh god, Shroomish. I fucking love Shroomish. I know a lot of people... I feel like stuff I've seen online, people shit talk Shroomish. But bro is good, and you can get him early in the game, so... I think that... Oh, and I caught a Makihita. It's essentially the same team I used in my playthrough on here. I think other than like the Shroomish, because we picked Trico, so we didn't need Shroomish. But other than Pokemon Emerald, I don't think I've been playing anything recently. GameStop just did a buy one get one free sale, and also they did a sale on Amiibo. The Skyward Sword Loftwing Amiibo, which was $5, and the Metroid Dread like 2-pack with Samus and the Emmy robot, which was $5. Which I was like, I'll never fucking go back and play Metroid Dread. That was the hardest game I've ever played, by far. It was fucking ridiculous, and I was like, I will never want to fight Ravenbeak ever, ever, ever again. Let's fucking. And then I'm gonna have to boop boop boop. Oh, I don't even know what the hell that was. All right. But I will never want to fight Ravenbeak ever, ever again. Vibraphone. So I got those amiibos pretty much for nothing. And the Skyward Sword one, though, is going to serve me a purpose because I bought the Switch version of Skyward Sword, a game that I notoriously have always shit on. But I was like, is the last, like... I love Breath of the Wild when I say this. It needs to be, like, said before I say it. I love Breath of the Wild, but it was the last normal Zelda game because I never beat Breath of the Wild because it's just, like, it's too much. It's too much freedom, and it's too much shit to do. I just always get distracted, and I always just go, ooh, I'm gonna go to that island, and then I just totally ignore like all the beasts, which I think I actually cleared them all. I hate the puzzles. If you could give me like heart containers scattered across the world without the fucking puzzles, I would 100% do that because the gyro controls never worked for me, and maybe it's because like I'm an idiot. But I'm not walking into that fight with Ganon with like the little bit of hearts that I have. I think I got enough to get the Master Sword, if I remember last time I played. I've gone through spurts, like every like 2 years I'm like, I'm gonna beat Breath of the Wild, and then I play it for like a month or two, and then I hit like a wall and I'm like, this is really hard, and I put it down for like another 2 years, and then I go back and I beat that part, and then I hit another wall. I've done that with like the 4 Shrine Beasts. Finally, I think I beat them all. But other than that, there really hasn't been anything else I've been playing. But to get back to what I bought the Skyward Sword game, and I bought, for my free game, I got Mario, whatever the golf is called. I don't know. I got it out from my work, and me and Shelly really liked it. It was fun. Not something I would have bought at full price, so I'm glad I got it for free. Because like the week before they were doing a buy 2 get 1 on their used games, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll get Skyward Sword, the golf, and then I'll get Kirby and the Forgotten Land or whatever it's called, because everybody says that was really good. And Kirby games I don't like to pay full price for because they're too easy. Not that I like anything super hard, but I don't want to just breeze through something unless it's like Animal Crossing where it's like meant to be breezy, which I guess Kirby's meant to be breezy too, but I want a little bit of challenge. But it looked like, I mean, when it was coming out and I saw all the trailers, I was like, this is just Mario Odyssey with like Kirby. I was like, this looks really cool. And I never ended up picking it up. But then GameStop got all fucky on their website, and it was like back ordered on the used, so like you would have to buy it brand new and then you wouldn't get the deal. And I was like, well, fuck that. What was I saying? Yeah, so then I just ended up going with the buy one, get one, which I'm happy with. But one more note of news before I head out of here. Hopefully I'll come back. Hopefully this isn't like a rare comeback video. I feel like I just posted like a couple weeks ago. I'm dropping all of this stuff because I don't care. Of course, it didn't all drop. One of my favorite albums just turned 10 years old the other day, and like I didn't see anybody talk about it, so I just like I tweeted about it on my personal account, because I remember being a kid when it came out, or like not a kid, but I was in high school. Is Kid Cudi's Indicud, and I felt like talking about it today would make a lot of sense considering it's 420. I'm not a pot smoker. I always joke and laugh. I think I've made videos before on 420. Makes me very anxious, which is the total opposite of what people would typically like it for. So it's not my thing, but I support anybody that does. But I love Kid Cudi and everything. So when that album came out, I was like, I think I was in my sophomore year, and I remembered it was like one of the last albums I bought on iTunes. But I pre-ordered that shit, and I remember waking up in the morning so fucking hyped and jamming it all the way to school. But I never see anybody talk about it. I feel like everybody totally underrates that one. And don't even get me started on how people underrate A Speeding Bullet to Heaven, which was his like rocky grunge album. It's not what people wanted at the time. I feel like anytime he put out anything that wasn't Man on the Moon 3, people instantly just like got their pitchforks ready, which wasn't fucking right, which probably is the reason why he kept delaying Man on the Moon 3, because he was like, you know what, fuck you, and I don't blame him. But just go ahead and go give Indicud another listen. Do it for me. It's definitely better than what people say at the time. I remember, I think Pitchfork gave it like a 4.3 or something, which is just absolutely ridiculous. There's so many great songs on that album. Like, there's King Wizard, Just What I Am, Brothers, Young Lady, Cold Blooded has one of the best fucking hooks I've ever heard. That shit goes hard. But I remember I saw him at Man on the Moon Fest. I don't know if I talked about that one at all. That was pretty sweet. And he played a few tracks off of that album, so it was good to see that. One time I saw him at House of Blues, which is relatively small for Kid Cudi, and that was when he was touring for Speeding Bullet to Heaven. And I remember a lot of people in the audience when he started playing those songs like weren't with it, and he was like, "Oh, I guess you don't really fuck with that stuff," blah blah blah, and he kind of seemed sad about it, which was sad. But there was me losing my mind when he played Fuchsia Butterflies. So if you don't want to give Indicud another shot, if you aren't really into hip-hop, maybe give Speeding Bullet to Heaven a shot. I like the Beavis and Butthead interludes, particularly. I feel like they capture the 90s aesthetic that he was going for. But give one of them a shot. You'll like either one. I'm telling you. After all this time, don't let other people's opinions formulate one for your own. Try to go into them with an open mind. When I listen to new stuff, I haven't listened to new music in like a few weeks now. I've just pretty much been listening to like Blink-182 in preparation for going to their show in a few weeks here, which they sounded great at Coachella. But when I listen to new stuff, I just try to keep as open as I can, especially like when an artist switches up their sound. Like I know Bring Me the Horizon's teasing stuff, which sounds very like pop punky, which I'm all for Bring Me the Horizon doing whatever the fuck they want. Those dudes are great, and they always make great tunes. So try out whatever genres you want, so long as the music's good. I'm Good Old Fashioned Cola, and I will see you guys back here next time.